You can also send WhatsApp messages to 0907 224 5018. High Impact 102.1 FM, your urban lifestyle station.
A very good morning to you, Lagosians, and good morning to you, Nigeria. Today is the 31st day of the month of May 2023. It's the newspaper review reaching you from High Impact 102.1 FM, the nation's urban lifestyle station. I am Oyinpriye Krumale. You're welcome. Hello, Wester.
Good morning, Krumale.
Good morning.
It's the 31st day in the month of May, rather. I mean, the month is practically ending today, and a lot has happened just within 2 days since the inauguration.
Yes.
I mean, with the headlines and stuff, so I have to ask, when you say hello to people these days, you ask them, how is the fuel situation in your area because of how things have been since the inauguration?
Well, I think sometimes probably you don't even need to ask. If you met such people on the road, their facial expressions or what they are doing at that particular point in time should be able to communicate what exactly they are going through. Everyone is having a bite of it. But is that the way things should go? You might want to call into the program, the newspaper review this morning, to tell us what exactly is happening at your corner. If you've been buying fuel, how much have you been buying fuel? And of course, not just that, you will also, you can call into the program as we have the conversation we reel out stories making the rounds on front pages of the newspapers and the front page of the Vanguard, the Guardian newspaper, Bunch, and the Daily Trust newspaper. When we reel out those information, you can tell us, call in and give your own perspectives on each, pass your own comment in each of those stories. And the number to call is 0700 1021 1021. That is 0700 1021 1021. If you find it difficult getting through, you can send WhatsApp messages to 0907 224 5018. That is 0907 224 5018. I know if I ask Esther what story caught our attention, she will quickly take me to petrol subsidy removal, or probably the death sentence passed on the killer of the OAU student with 2 hotel workers.
I think it's both for me, but the part of the petrol subsidy headline that gets my attention this morning is the statement from the presidency, and not just what the amount of liter is at the moment, but it's the statement from the presidency. And this morning we are receiving this information on the Vanguard newspaper that the removal of petrol subsidy will no longer be immediate.
Will no longer be immediate.
And okay. Vanguard is giving us that detail. But sometimes all this information come after people are going through the crisis.
Like when they said there's some medicine after death. When the when the upheaval has started.
I mean, also there is this panic. I don't know what to call it. This pattern of on Saturday morning I was on my way to work, and I realized that there was already a queue. At least I know a filling station that. On Saturday morning, this was not even, this is before the inauguration.
Yes.
So as at that Saturday morning, we're going together, and thankfully all of us in the car, we work with High Impact. And then they said, is this a sign?
Abnormal.
Is this a sign that we should go and get fuel, ahead of time? So that panic mode is something that both Nigerians and the government, we all need to just learn to work with it. Like we need to work on it, because it passes this message of, and before you know it, you see black markets, you see options, and then come on, did you hear the fare that people paid yesterday?
Yes.
And at the time, I didn't see so many vehicles
on the
road.
road. Yes, because there some filling station. Well, when we get into the stories, we are going to talk about it, because whilst we are reading out the headlines, we're still going to make it one or two comments concerning those stories, and we'll be having a conversation with our guest this morning, and that will be in the center of our conversation. And you can equally call into the program as well. Tell us which of the story caught your attention, and how you like to make your comments. However, you need to be civil with your comments. No use of foul language, no insult on anybody, so we can have a smooth sail this morning. It's the newspaper review. We briefly jump out on a break, just 30 seconds, and when we are back, we jump into our conversation. Do stay with us.
Mondays to Fridays at 7:05 a.m. to 8 a.m. for freshly baked stories on the newspaper review at High Impact 102.1 FM. Follow us on social media at High Impact 102.1 FM or call 0700 1021 1021. You can also send WhatsApp messages to 0907 224 5018. High Impact 102.1 FM, your urban lifestyle station.
Are you looking for an avenue to blast your brand? Why not let us be your detonator at High Impact Radio 102.1 FM with Got You Covered. For advert placement, sponsorship, partnership, call us on 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, 0902 745 3931. Or send an email to info@highimpactstudio.com.
Welcome back to your urban lifestyle station, High Impact 102.1 FM. Yes, we have started the newspaper review for today, and the headlines across all papers, talking about the fuel situation. But let's start this morning with the Punch newspaper. It says subsidy fuel cells for 600 naira per litre, queues worsen as filling stations short. This is on page 2 with 3 riders. The first rider says Tinubu and NNPCL GMD with others meet, framework for removal underway. FG cannot fund subsidy again, owes NNPCL 2.8 trillion naira, says Kyari. Kwara and Ekiti, Bayelsa governors, others warn marketers against hoarding. I'll take that again. Kwara, Ekiti, Bayelsa governors and others warn marketers against hoarding. That's it on that particular headline. Beneath that, you'd see the different pictures of queues at different filling stations, But National Assembly and Anti-Zoning Group condemns alleged plan to arrest Betara and Yari. That's on page 7. OAU students is another major headline, and we'll get into the conversation. But I'm glad to see the courts moving swiftly on this one. I don't know if I'll call that swift, but at least the case is being handled. OAU students, Adedoyin and workers bag. Now, this is OAU students, talking about the OAU students. Then Adedoyin, workers bag death sentence, hotel forfeited. That's on page 7. And beside that, we have Oyo police storm auxiliaries hideout, arrest 78 with arms. That's on page 4 and 5. Quite a lot of interesting stories this morning. Funny enough, we have ASU back in the news. ASU is saying that the court okays no work, no pay policy. That's on page 16. We have ASU, court okays no work, no pay policy. We hope that we expect that more information will come out from there. Beside that, we have 11 trillion naira spent on moribund refineries in 13 years. This is according to members of the House of Representatives. And lastly, on the front page, Tinubu inherits over 16 trillion naira uncompleted projects. Uncompleted projects. What's your top story this morning? Let us know. 0700 1021 1021. That's the number to call. You can also let us know your destination, how much your previous fare. I mean, if you had to go by any means of transportation to work or you had to go out, let us know. Kromali, I heard that from, I think it's from Ojota. Is it from Ojota now, or from where we call Bega to
Ojota?
To Ojota, not just Ojota, to this exit to Oshodi.
Yes.
I heard it's about 1,500.
Oh, it has gone to 1,500
Yes,
because yesterday I was told it was 800.
Oh, it has gone up.
It has gone up to 1,500.
Yes. So the price is not even stable. There are some people who say, "Oh, we paid 600." Some say they pay, 1,000 naira. Different prices. But let us know if you're hearing us this morning what the price situation is. I don't even want to get into those traveling long journeys, interstates. Travel.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even want to go there right now because I can't imagine what the fare would be like this morning. But you can let us know.
We shouldn't be going through this.
We shouldn't
be going through this.
And you can send us a WhatsApp message as well, 0907 224 5018. We're streaming live on YouTube at High Impact 102.1 FM, on Twitter at High Impact 1021 FM. We're taking your reactions, we're taking your comments. You can let us know your top story this morning.
Welcome back. Now we move on to stories making the rounds on front page of the Guardian newspaper. The center caption of the Guardian newspaper, it's all about pictures of people, Nigerians and fuel stations arguing and forcing their way through, putting their kegs, making sure that they are in line and no one jumps the queue to get fuel because of the recent announcement. And the central caption says, nationwide chaos, pain as stakeholders seek caution on subsidy removal. Nationwide chaos, pain as stakeholders seek caution on subsidy removal. That story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Going topwards, still on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, Population Commission 200 billion naira vote and botched 2023 census. Can we refer to the 2023 census as botched? The president has not made a statement concerning it yet. So
2023 is still.
Yes, we are just in the middle of the year. In the middle of the year. So 200 billion naira cannot just go like that. Population Commission 200 billion naira vote and botched 2023 census. It's on page 4, news analysis page of the Guardian newspaper. Court justifies government's no work, no pay rule against Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. Court justifies government no work, no pay against ASU. It's on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. Going downwards, Tinubu reinstates sanity as DSS, EFCC squabble over property in Lagos. Tinubu reinstates sanity as DSS, EFCC squabble over property in Lagos. It's on news page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Presidential Election Petition Commission, that's Pepsi, no, not Pepsi. Presidential Election Petition Commission admits 5 exhibits from Obi, printouts of BVAS results from Atiku. Presidential Election Petition Commission admits 5 exhibits from Obi, print out BVAS results from Atiku. Adedoyin, 2 hoteliers to die by hanging over murder of OAU students. Adedoyin, 2 hoteliers to die by hanging over murder of OAU students. It's on the Metro page 8 of the Guardian newspaper. Tinubu Shettima resume in Aso Villa as Nigerians await official appointments. Tinubu Shettima resume in Aso Villa as Nigerians await official appointments. And that's on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Bowles welcomes Tinubu records highest gain in 2 years. Those are the stories that we have for you on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. You can call into the program and tell us which of the stories caught your attention. The number to call is 07001021 and you can send in WhatsApp messages to 0907-224-5018, 0907-224-5018. Those are the stories on the front page of the Guardian newspaper.
From the Guardian newspaper, we move to the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, still on your urban lifestyle station. We have petrol price hit 700 naira per litre as federal government says no going back. That's talking about the subsidy removal, and the rider starts with government to pay us 2.8 trillion naira deficit. That's according to Kiari, NNPCL, NMDRA, marketers back move. TUC, LP, SDP, kick say pronouncement ill-timed. Commuters hike transport fares. That's on page 4, talking about the hike in transport fares. Let us know how much you're paying now, how much you used to pay, in fact, how much you paid on Saturday or on Friday, and how much you're paying now, and let us know your destination. You can call in 0700-1021-1021, or you can send us a message. And it seems that the queues are also causing traffic or not. Let us know your top story. My observation was that there were less vehicles on the road yesterday, but this morning, if you are in transit, you can let us know what the situation is wherever you're calling us from. 0700-1021-1021. That's the number to call. Above that, we have Sokoto governor sacks 14 monarchs, nullifies appointments of 23 permanent secretaries and others. Beside that, we have NGX market value hits 3 trillion naira in single trading amid subsidy removal. And lastly, Daura hosts special Dobar to welcome Buhari. That's as much as we have on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper.
And off we go to stories making the rounds on front page of the Vanguard newspaper. On the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, petrol subsidy removal not immediate, presidency source. Now on to other stories. Fuel subsidy, don't dare Nigerians. NLC warns Tinubu. Fuel subsidy, don't dare Nigerians. NLC wants Tinubu. You can see the picture of Joe Ajero, the new president of the NLC there. And moving on, fuel scarcity. Tinubu resumes as Aso Rock. At Aso Rock meets Emefiele. Kiari. Tinubu resumes at Aso Rock meets Emefiele. Kiari. And to other stories, Taraba government sacks 16 local government caretaker chairmen. Taraba government sacks 16 local government caretaker chairmen. Subsidy removal. Foundation laments over PMS selling 600 naira per litre in Edo State. Umo Eno appoints Prince Uwa SSG and 4 others. Fuel subsidy queues grow longer amid uncertainty over takeoff dates. And yes, Tinubu to DSS, vacate EFCC office immediately. Fuel subsidy will get rid of Nigeria if we don't remove it. That's coming from the Vice President Shatima. Stop panic buying. Subsidy removal not with immediate effect. Tinubu's media center. And I was absent at Abba Yusuf's inauguration over fear of violence. That's coming from Ganduje, the immediate past governor of Kano State. And it seems those are the stories making the rounds on front page of the Vanguard newspaper.
0700-1021-1021. Let us know your top story this morning. 0907-224-5018. You can call in. You can send us a WhatsApp message. Rather, give us your reaction on the newspaper review this morning. Let us know your top story. Yes, there's a lot of conversation about the fuel subsidy removal, and how much people are paying, and the media center of the president and how he has given, that response. But we have, queues. We have this particular headline still on the Vanguard newspaper saying subsidy queues grow longer amid uncertainty over takeoff date, and the prices seem to be the price of petrol per liter seem to be unstable as we speak. In some places, somebody said he bought as low as 250. Another person said 400 naira per liter. We're seeing 700 naira per liter. Depots have shut down. Ipman, is crying out. And with all of this, I'd like to just quickly read this, briefly on the Vanguard newspaper. It says, while the subsidy is gone, remark by President Bola Tinubu appeared to signal the immediate removal of subsidy on petrol. The 3.5 trillion naira budget announced for subsidy by the Buhari's administration covers the month of June 2023. And Vanguard is saying checks by them around the Abuja city center showed that despite the long queues, major marketers continue to sell at 195 per liter. The situation outside the city center was, however, different, as most outlets operated by major marketers were shut. And that's another thing. Some petrol stations did not even open for business anymore.
Not that they don't have fuel for sale. There's something that is amiss here.
Okay.
You made an announcement. Okay, fine. Probably it's to... And the fuel marketers, those who sell fuel stations, hike the fuel pump price. They put Nigerians into this struggle, and all of a sudden there's this fuel hike, and people are paying triple or double how much
they used
to pay. And the fuel subsidy removal is not immediate if it's coming from the presidency at the moment. Mandate these fuel stations to open for business and sell. Okay, fine. Even the fuel, the product they have in their as their product right now was not even bought with is not bought with based on the price of the removed subsidy. Yeah. So mandate them to sell.
Well,
let them not shut. Okay, fine. Even if some stations are not operating, you have the content. Could you say, because there was a time the last in the previous administration when those NNPC and the regulatory body sent out some of their task officials to go to some of these filling stations to mandate them to open, not to order the product, so as to prevent this what we are currently experiencing. So I think the presidency should do that, because if it does not do that, this is going to continue.
It's 7:29 a.m. and it's almost time for us to get into the second part of the newspaper review this morning. A lot of questions that we would like to ask our guest, and you can send us your questions as well. 0700-1021. You can call, but you can send a WhatsApp message ahead of time. 0907-224-5018, and then we get to ask these questions. A lot of people feel that the subsidy removal is not a problem. Others feel that the timing is wrong. We'll get into that conversation when we come back from this break. You don't want to go anywhere. Stay right here on High Impact 102.1 FM.
Mondays to Fridays at 7:05 a.m. to 8 a.m. for freshly baked stories on the newspaper review at High Impact 102.1 FM. Follow us on social media at High Impact 102.1 FM or call 0700 1021 1021. You can also send WhatsApp messages to 0907 224 5018. High Impact 102.1 FM, your urban lifestyle station.
Let's discuss big stories from the dailies that caught your attention during the week on The Big Five. Every Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM. To share your views, call 0700-1021-1021 on WhatsApp 0907-224-5018. Let's hear your thoughts on The Big Five.
Welcome back to the newspaper review on your urban lifestyle station, High Impact 102.1 FM. Our guest, Sheson Okwade, public affairs analyst and a financial expert, is on the call with us this morning. Good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Priya, and good morning to all our listeners. First and foremost, congratulations to Nigerians, congratulations to our nation, Nigeria, and to our President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Good morning, Mr. Sheson.
And very optimistic of what the future holds.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Great. I'm glad that you started with that optimism. We haven't even spoken since the inauguration, so this is a good time to get into the conversation. Yesterday, we woke up to, fuel queues at filling stations, a hike in fuel price. I don't think anyone can boldly say that they bought fuel for 185 naira per litre this morning or yesterday. And the presidency is saying that the removal is not immediate, but people are selling at different prices as we speak. Where do you think this panic is coming from President Muhammadu Buhari's, last move, or from the presidency right now, from Bola Ahmed Tinubu's statement that fuel subsidy will be removed?
Thank you very much, Esther. It will be pretty nice that we give our listeners a better understanding of where we started from. I'm sure you know this subsidy has been like a monster that is very difficult for us to unravel. Even when the former President Buhari, was actually coming in, we were made to understand that it's actually a scam. And for 8 years, it was pretty difficult for us to do anything about it. But at his exit, he was he made provision only for 6-month budget allocation for subsidy payment. That's January to June. And said they may not be able to accommodate the subsidy any longer. The only thing the new president did, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was just to re-emphasize it. And we need to have understanding of the process. If indeed we must go ahead with the subsidy with the new administration, that implies that the new president will need to seek the approval of the National Assembly for budget appropriation in such a way that we can have funds to spend for it. Because we cannot spend any money without the approval of the National Assembly. And National Assembly has not been constituted. It's just taking the bull by the horn. And I've heard several people talking about this is not the best timing. I've always asked, when is the best timing to do anything? The marketers took advantage of the news to just go ahead and do what is needful. From a very reliable source, we all know that NNPC is the major importer of fuel. They have more than enough that they are still giving out to people. And from what we heard, so many importation of these products that we have with us that have actually been paid for are also coming in. So we discovered that the actual landing cost of that particular thing, even if there's going to be an increment with the subsidy, will not get to the rate at which some of these marketers are actually saying it. I think the only thing that will lack is because there is no system. By now, we should be having some filling stations being shut down if we have the regulators who are doing what they are supposed to do. Because the calculation, I must let you know, is that there's a projection of our daily consumption by NNPC which we've been doing, even with the smuggling and everything. There is a projection of what we consume on daily basis, and what we have now, from all the indication, the importation of that particular product can take us beyond the commencement of the refining product in commercial quantity by Dangote, which we are expecting to come up in July, and now that we've actually inaugurated it. But trust every Nigerian, even if it is not petroleum product, if it is other things, immediately they hear the directive of the government, they seek into action to exploit their fellow citizens. And I think what we just need to do, like we are hearing from some state governors, is that they should send out the task force. I creating, talking about that. Send out the task force, and if you discover that people are actually ordering this product to inconvenience the fellow citizen, shut that particular filling station, or you go ahead and mandate the sale of it. Thereafter, there should be punishment for actually going against the decision. I can tell you that even the citizen, some of us, because of the purchasing power that is very, very low, you observe that most people do daily purchase. It's when they want to go out that they enter the filling station to go and buy fuel. It's another problem that is adding to the problem that we have on ground. If you don't have anywhere to go, some hardly buy fuel inside their car.
Mr. Sheson, sorry.
One can actually be used for other things.
Yes, thank you very much. Let me draw your attention for this conversation. I know we said, or you said, that the President Bola Tinubu just re-echoed what the previous administration did because it made provisions for subsidy removal just to June, and this is a new administration. And if the previous administration, with the way and manner it was removed, and the $800 million that the previous administration has said it's going to, give to extremely poor Nigerians, and that particular, when they received that particular loan, it was not even up to a month before the previous administration left. So it's obvious that it doesn't look like that money has been disbursed yet. So can't the current administration, in order to cushion the effect, suspend the disbursement of that $800 million? If we are going to remove subsidy in Tinubu's administration, Tinubu is known as a strategist, and as a politician is seen as the most prepared person to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria at this particular point in time. So is it possible for the president to take and toe a different line to make sure that within the space of 2 years in its administration, at least one of our local refineries can be working? Then we can start removing subsidy in phases. Would that be a good direction for this administration to take?
Well, it will be a good direction. Some of us have said it earlier that if you must remove the subsidy, we must have functional refinery. And I think the calculation of the new administration, I'm not speaking for them, I'm not their spokesman, it's the reliance on the Dangote refinery. As we speak, I know they said before end of the year, the Port Harcourt and Kaduna is supposed to come upstream. The new administration, you see, will not have an enroll into that until maybe yesterday. I'm sure in the next 2-3 months, we'll be having, a balance of what the old administration has actually put in their handover note with reality. And that's why I feel that a lot of documentation would have gone and hand over to this administration. But when you come on board, it will be a different ball game. Somebody can tell you that he's actually having 1 trillion funds warehouse somewhere for you, and you discover that it's actually a projection, possibly for something that has not even kickstart or commence, or to be saying that they've actually done something good. So I feel that the incoming administration will definitely study some of those things. But sincerely speaking, because there is no provision for that, but it will be nice the government take the bull by the horn by saying the last administration, they did not prepare for this particular thing. and it will be difficult for me to go back to the National Assembly.
No, sorry, Mr. Sheson. Sorry, Mr.
Sheson.
Sheson. Let me just butt in again. Apologies. Now, Buhari was going to remove it from January 2023 in the first place. But because of the reactions from Labour and from Nigerians, it was extended to June. Is it possible, if the Port Harcourt refinery and the Kaduna refinery is going to be working, is it possible it's going to be working, and for the interim of 6 months from June to December, whilst Nigeria can rely on the Dangote refinery? I think the impression that most Nigerians are having is the Dangote refinery belongs to Nigeria. It doesn't belong to Nigeria.